Okay, it's the movie that most people want to see me do a video log out of, and go figure. I thought that the one that everyone would want to see me talk about would be Twilight, but no, it's the other movie that opened up this weekend, Last Airbender, that's getting reviews that are akin to Battlefield Earth. It's universally, I think the average star rating that this movie has been getting is about a half a star. I kind of liked one of the headlines on, I think it was Ain't It Cool, that said this movie is a hate crime against people who like movies. So naturally, with that, I had to go fucking see the movie. You people out there knew I was gonna go fucking see the movie after all of these reviews. Like, I had no interest in going to see this. It had nothing to do with the fact that, like, M. Night Shyamalan's name was attached to it, because I genuinely still really like his earlier stuff. This movie's just not my kind of movie. It's not my taste, the genre. I've never seen the show before. Aside from clips here and there, but it's just not really the kind of thing that I'm into. So I honestly had no interest in going to see this. But once these reviews came out, hey man, my curiosity set in. I gotta go fucking see this. I gotta see how bad this is. Before I get into anything, there's something that I have to, and I kind of mentioned this on Facebook, but I don't think a lot of people knew what I was talking about. Okay, when you go see this, there's something that you have to look for. And I'm hoping you catch it, because I caught it, and I'm going to tell you what it is. This is pretty much what you're getting into, the idea of what you're getting into when you go see Last Airbender. Uh, there is a scene where the main character and the two teens in the movie, they meet up with like this princess or something like that in it, or like the Moon Queen or whatever. I've never seen the fucking show before, so I'm gonna get a lot of shit here wrong, and I don't care. So anyway, when it shows her kind of sitting on her throne, she has her back to the audience, she has her back to the camera, and I'm going to show you the kind of shot that it is. Say, for instance, like this right here is where she is. There'll be a person here, and some other stuff kind of in front of her that would be in this area, but she's here. We see her back. Her hair, let me explain her hair. She's got it kind of in, there's a part of it that's in kind of a bun up here in the back of it. And it's big, and it's shaped like a curved triangle, like that. Like, okay, like this, like a kind of a triangle with curved edges. But then the rest of her hair is falling straight down underneath it. So you have, and by the way, the color of her hair is white in the rest of the movie, but the way that the lighting is glowing off of her hair, in this particular shot, it looks flesh-colored. So you have this triangle bun here, and then, you know, straight down after that. You see where I'm going with this. That's this movie. It's a big, hairy cock in your face, is what it is. The theater was really crowded too. So I'm sitting there with Brian and Sarah, and I'm next to Brian. I see it before he does, and I'm kind of, throughout the movie, I'm kind of keeping my emotions to myself. Like, there are several points where I just wanted to bust up laughing, but it was a crowded theater, so I didn't really want to. But this part comes up with the fucking cock hair, the penis hair. Oh my god, you've got to look for the fucking penis hair in this movie. Seriously, I mean, it'll make you slightly less pissed off for about 5 seconds. Like, I see it, and I point up to it, I'm like, ha, 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 like that, and Brian immediately sees it when I put my finger up, and he's he's sitting there cracking up, like both of us like are practically losing it for about 5 or 10 seconds. And Sarah had missed it, but we got it when we saw it. We're like after the theater, like that was more so what we were talking about over anything else, over how shitty the rest of the movie is. We're saying like, oh, we're describing the penis hair, like in the same way that I just did, like, oh, you missed the penis hair, oh my god. One more for Last Airbender, she's got to go in and see it again. She missed the penis hair, so she's going to go see it. I imagine she'd probably leave after that. So really, we've already seen the piece of shit once, and she's kind of going to leave after that. Really, can we just pay like a third of the ticket price? So anyway, yeah, penis hair. That's what you're getting into with this movie. Big penis hair. Big fucking penis hair in the movie. This is a $150 million movie, and you get penis hair. Oh my fucking god. How did anyone not notice that when they were editing this movie? How did they not notice her hair is a big fucking cock? Her hair is the wedding cake from Caligula. Oh my god, she is one of the extras from fucking Caligula with this fucking haircut. How did, in the editing stage, how did anyone not notice this? But oh my god, I was glad it was there, because it gave me the only delight in this fucking movie. This fucking movie is bad. It's really, really fucking bad. And like I said, I'm coming from someone who hasn't seen the show, but Brian and Sarah are with me, and they have seen the show, and from what I get, like, the movie condenses the entire first season into an hour and 40-minute movie. So it would be like if you took just clips here and there of stuff from the show and taken, like, all of the character development of it out, you know, all of these arcs and everything, and just smashed it together into a 100-minute movie. And that's this. That's essentially what they've done. Like I said, I haven't seen the show, so, but talking about it, like, for me, for someone who hasn't seen the show, watching this was a really confusing experience. I had no idea what was going on in this. I didn't know who these characters were. A lot of them, I didn't know where they came from. I didn't know why they were doing what they were doing. There's a sequence where one of the main characters seems to have some kind of romantic interest with a female character in it. In this movie, they've only been together like twice on camera before it shows them kiss, and it's like they've had this thing going on. I guess in the show, that's a big thing. That's actually explained with development and character instead of what they do here. But my thing about this movie is that I would rather watch Battlefield Earth. This movie to me is worse than Battlefield Earth. I would rather watch Battlefield Earth, because at least with Battlefield Earth, that is a movie that's so bad that it's certainly riffable. It certainly has some kind of entertainment value to it. It is kind of funny, as awful as it is. You know, you can laugh at it. This movie is so horrendous that it's just flat out boring. There's very little action in this movie. A lot of characters really just talk the action, talk about action sequences that have taken place. And by the way, another miserable thing about it too was the fact that we saw it in 3D, and that was a mistake. That was a mistake on our parts, because we didn't know that's the theater we were going to. It wasn't a mistake in the sense that we deliberately chose to go see it at this particular 3D screening. Like, we went to the theater that was closest, and we had forgotten until we had just arrived there at the door that this is the theater that only shows the 3D screenings. So we were sitting there like, fuck, this is the theater that doesn't have a 2D screening. So we're like, shit, this is gonna suck. This is gonna suck ass, because it's a 3D conversion. Shitty 3D conversion. And when you watch it in this crap 3D conversion, it's like you might as well just wear sunglasses to go see a 2D copy of it, because there is no 3D effect when you put on these 3D glasses. There isn't. I mean, there will be several points where you could lower the glasses and look at it, and you're just looking at a 2D copy of the movie with no kind of blurriness or usually what a 3D movie looks like when you take off your glasses. Like, none of that. Like, a majority of this is they just, maybe kind of added some post 3D here and there, but it all still looks like a 2D movie. It does. And there are several scenes where they're lifting up bubbles of water, throwing them at each other, but there's no 3D effect to it whatsoever. It's all done in post. This wasn't intended to be a 3D movie, so it all still looks 2D. You're just watching a 2D movie while wearing sunglasses, which is really hard when a majority of this takes place in really darkly lit scenes. It makes it very hard to see what's going on. Honestly, I really can't talk about the special effects that much because I didn't get a good look at them. From what I could tell, the special effects don't look bad. They don't look horrendous. They're not the worst looking CGI effects I've ever seen. But I was watching them with tinted glasses. So if I was to see them full color and everything, like in a 2D showing, maybe I could review the effects a little bit more. As I could tell from this, it looked okay. But I think it pisses me off more that there's not a lot of this movie that I could really make fun of, because it's just a bland, bad movie. It's bad in the most basic of ways, and that to me makes it a lot worse of a movie watching experience than something like Battlefield Earth. I would rather probably watch like The Fourth Kind again. Boondock Saints 2, I don't know, but at least that was so god-awful that I wasn't bored. At least that elicited anger from me, whereas this is just pure bad movie making. It's just awful storytelling. And the acting, atrocious. It's genuinely bad acting. This isn't like M. Night Shyamalan's The Happening, where he got bad performances out of good actors because the dialogue was so shitty. This is flat, boring dialogue spoken by terrible child actors. Horrendously. I mean, this kid in the movie who's the lead he acts like he is in a sequel to The Sandlot. That's the level of acting that this kid has, and go figure, it's his first fucking movie, and I hope it's his fucking last. The screen is so dark, I can't tell if it's an arrow on his head or a wicked widow's peak. So anyway, he's speaking these characters, these teen characters are speaking these flat lines that a good actor could easily deliver, but they're taking really boring exposition lines that really amount to nothing more than just explaining shit. That's all this movie is. And they suck at it. They deliver it with the most amateurish, Cousin Oliver style awful child acting. And even like the adult actors in the movie are okay, well, there's the villain in the movie, and he hasn't been in any of the trailers of the movie, at least that I've seen, is played by The Daily Show's Asif Manvi. Asif Manvi is the villain in this movie. Asif Manvi is awesome. I love Asif Manvi. Asif Manvi is one of my favorite contributors on The Daily Show. He is just a phenomenally talented comedic actor. And to see him here playing a villain in a terrible action-adventure movie, one, is weird casting, but it's the way that he delivers his lines that make it, unintentionally, really the best part of the movie. The way that Asif Manvi delivers his lines in this movie, he delivers them the same way that he would deliver that he would deliver them as if he was on The Daily Show. He is playing Asif Manvi in this as a villain. Everything that he says as if he's talking to Jon Stewart. And he's the villain. He's the villain in this. And Cliff Curtis, who I love Cliff Curtis, like I said, I love Asif Manvi too, but Cliff Curtis pops up in this. Honestly, it should have been Cliff Curtis playing the Asif Manvi part. That would have been a lot more effective and not as oddly miscast. Because Cliff Curtis he's kind of in it here and there. He doesn't really do all that much. I wish he was in the movie more because I really like Cliff Curtis. And also a weird thing about it too is that the movie never feels like an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Like, I know that it's based off of, like, other material that's not his, but even in direction, even in how the movie feels, honestly, even in the dialogue, nothing about this feels like M. Night Shyamalan. Like I really like The Sixth Sense. I love Unbreakable. Signs is good, and then there's the others. But even the stuff of his I didn't like The Happening or Lady in the Water, you could still tell it was one of his movies. It just didn't work. They were just missteps, but they still felt like his work. This movie, I mean, not at all. There's nothing about this. Like, I never would have suspected that this is a movie of his. Like, I have no idea what was going on in his head here. The movie feels like Dragon Wars. Excuse me. The movie feels like Dragon Wars. It's that kind of bad movie. Dragon Wars. Just unwatchable. Just bad. Pure cinematic awfulness on nearly every level. It's Dragon Wars. That's the kind of movie you're going to see when you go see Last Airbender. It is the equivalent of a few years ago paying money to go see fucking Dragon Wars. You might as well sit at home and just watch some really bland, like, Sci-Fi Channel movie. Honestly, you might as well go to the video store and just rent Transmorphers or something like that. That is The Last Airbender. That's the kind of acting that is in it. That's the kind of miscasting that's in it. That's the dialogue that's in it. And that's how the movie looks and feels. Is just an awful, awful experience like that. The only one in this movie who really walks away okay is Dev Patel. I think Dev Patel, the guy from Slumdog Millionaire. He plays he plays a guy in this he's actually not bad here. I'll say that. I mean, he does what he can with the character, but he actually shows emotion in doing it. He shows the correct emotion when he's doing it. Like, when he's angry, you believe he's angry. He actually has more emotions than just, I'm saying a line of dialogue right now, and I'm the villain, so you should be scared. No, Dev Patel actually puts a little bit of emotion into his character, so he walks away from this okay. Everyone else in this movie is wow. So I don't even know what else. I don't even know what else to fucking say about this. I'm curious to see how well this fucking movie does. I mean, it was crowded when we were in the theater, but all the reviews of this movie have been nothing but shit. Absolutely nothing but pure, vile, utter shit. And that's what the movie is. It's hard to watch. It was a terrible experience sitting there watching this, because it's just, you're watching something that is just flat out bad and boring. Pure boredom. I mean, that's the kind of awful movie that this is. Like I said, this is not a riffable kind of thing where it's so bad it's hilarious. It is just cinematic dead space on screen. It's so far, yeah, I mean, yeah, by far it's one of the worst movies I've seen of the year. I have no idea. I don't know if it's the worst movie I've seen all year. I mean, there's still the Boondock Saints 2 and the fourth fucking kind. I think those were this year. I don't know. But I think, whatever. I don't know. They're all three pieces of shit. I'm never going to fucking watch them again. So if you go see this, the penis hair, man, just go for the penis hair. The fucking funniest hairdo ever given to a character in a movie. Holy crap. And some of the dialogue is so... There's a couple of lines of dialogue that the lines themselves aren't necessarily bad, but it's the context that they're in that are awful. Like, I guess, like, the spirits of the gods of Earth, Wind, and Fire. I wish Earth, Wind, and Fire was in this. I wish Mati was in this. Anyway, their spirits are located inside a fish. Now you see, and the fish glow. So, because that's when you know that there's spirits inside of it, is when the fish is glowing. So then Asif Manvi grabs a hold of the fish and he kills the fish, and he doesn't eat it, he just kind of throws it back in there, but then the girl puts her spirit in the fish, and it's cool because the fish can swim around and glow like a little lightning bug fish. I love describing the most retarded plots in the most retarded way possible. Anyway, so there's a part where Asif Manvi is standing over the fish, and he says the line, "They have many names for these." I'm sitting in the audience like, fish? I only know of the name fish. Well, many names in different kinds. You got shrimp, you've got, bass, you got halibut, catfish. And so, yeah, there are plenty of different names for the fish. So that, I guess that was an interesting thing of him to point out. And even some other dialogue is, like, really clunky. Like, when he says, I think they're talking about sports or something, and the main kid, who is just awful, the main kid says something like, I do play sports. I mean, I still like sports. That line doesn't even make sense, because the first part of that statement wasn't in the past tense, so he didn't have to correct himself. So there's really kind of clunky dialogue in there like that really makes no sense when you sort of break it down. But I hope to God, M. Night Shyamalan, I hope he's got like at least one decent movie left in him, because these last few have been so bad. This one, like I said, I mean, this is just it's not even a bad M. Night Shyamalan movie. This is a bad movie because this does not feel like an M. Night Shyamalan movie at all. Like, even like the worst Spielberg movies, I can still say felt like Spielberg. Like Hook, the worst Spielberg movie I've ever seen in my life. It still feels like Spielberg. It's awful, but you can tell it's one of his. But this, I mean, you might as well have told me that Uwe Ball directed this, and I'd believe it. I'd believe it. Well, I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't have, because it doesn't have Michael Pare in it. It doesn't have Michael Pare in it, so I don't know if I'd believe that this was an Uwe Ball movie. But, hey, weird week, man. Weird week. I recommended an Uwe Ball movie and trashed this last Airbender thing that I guess a lot of people were looking forward to seeing, and has now turned out to be a piece of shit. And I went to go see it because I heard it was a piece of shit. It's terrible. Go see it for the penis hair. See it for the fucking penis hair, man. And then leave after that. You got your giant cock, unintentional cock in there. The biggest unintentional cock since fucking Little Mermaid. It's in this movie. Go fucking see it, man. No. I mean, my general consensus is not to go see this movie. But if you do, I am no way am I recommending this movie. I'm being a sarcastic ass. I am not saying go pay money to this just to see the penis hair. But if you do go see it, at least stay till the penis hair. If you're thinking of leaving, stay till the penis hair. Okay? And you'll know that it's getting you'll know you've missed it if, like, the white-haired princess or whatever has been in the movie too long. Because, seriously, it's like the first time it shows her. One of the first times it shows this character is when the penis hair is in it. So if you get too far, and she's been in the movie too much, then it's flaccid, man. You've missed it. You missed it. So that's my thoughts on the fucking last Airbender. Oh, and the guy who plays Jasper from Twilight's in it too, and he's terrible. He's terrible as well. He's fucking he's fucking doing like his douchey Tobey Maguire looking best in it, which is to fucking stare like this at one character, stare like this at another, this here, all in close-ups. I think I'm running out of shit to say about this piece of shit. So I don't think I can go on anymore. So so that's the fucking last Airbender. So I better stop now. So I'll see you later.